Actor Reggie Hayes did an interview yesterday with PG Peck on Instagram Live. The conversation can now be seen on YouTube, and Hayes revealed his thoughts on why Girlfriends ended. Hayes said the show helped save the network, and he felt disrespected that it was canceled. Nevertheless, Hayes was hopeful to see the show return in some way in the future, especially considering HBO just greenlit a Sex and the City revival. Today on the show, we've got our comedy hype analyst Pierre calling in to give his reactions on Hayes' stance and what should happen with Girlfriends.
So, why did Girlfriends suddenly end?
Well, there was a writer's strike in 2007. It came at the end of the year. And it just kind of paralyzed the whole town. Like all the writers just went out because they weren't getting the contract they wanted to get. So most of the shows stopped. And then they stopped for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the year after that, there was a threat of an actor's strike. So nothing really happened for 2 years. I don't want to cry, racism or anything. But, if it had been a white show, they would have, It was just, we really had 9 episodes left to finish. And they didn't even finish our contract after 8 years. It was really kind of a slap in the face. And we had saved that network too. They were going off the air when we came on, and we turned the whole show around for them. And then for them to just let us go like that was pretty hurtful and insulting.
Now, Pierre, from my knowledge, this is Reggie's first time speaking out about why the Girlfriends ended. What are your thoughts after seeing this clip?
Well, I'm glad he didn't want to, bring up racism when he brought up racism, as he, wasn't going to bring racism up, but okay. I mean, let me tell you, I was a fan of the show Girlfriends, and he said it saved the network. I think the network was UPN, as Paul Mooney would famously say, "You pick a nigga network." He said it was going downhill, the network, and they saved it. Well, I don't know how much more he could have saved it. That one show was not going to let that network go on forever, So it was going to come to an end eventually. We don't have UPN around right now, and I don't really think one show could have saved that network. Obviously, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Now, but compared to Sex and the City, I understand that we as Black folks, we have our own thing, and sometimes it doesn't equal to the same thing with white people's numbers. Like Sex and the City probably had a lot bigger numbers than Girlfriends will ever have. But that's our Sex and the City, Black folks' Sex and the City. Well, but when it comes to business, the business side don't really care about race and helping your one race out. It's the numbers that are going to tell the story. And obviously, the numbers may have not told the story enough to bring it back to do a revival. And if they are going to do a revival, if everyone loves it that much, then let's call Tyler Perry. Let's call TV One. It may not be on it won't be on UPN. Why are we looking for white folks to put it back on again? Let's ask some of the Black networks on, to bring it on. What's wrong with that? So I say reach out to those folks and see what they say about bringing Girlfriends back. If Girlfriends is supposed to be coming back, if they feel like it should come back and it had enough name. So there it is. Mm-hmm.
So as a fan of Girlfriends, in that time, I know you were heavy in the industry as well. Did you ever audition for Girlfriends?
No. I was a little too light skinned for that show. I'm sorry. I'm gonna yell half racism. Okay, shit. Okay.
Right.
I'm not gonna talk about racism, but racism and half me being half racist. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right. I mean, like I said, this is the first time we've heard from Reggie, but this isn't the first time we've heard this conversation. Are you even surprised to hear that from Reggie, that, he felt disrespected? He felt like he at least contributed to some way to UPN, and they still got let go. And, they haven't talked about bringing Girlfriends back. Were you surprised?
Right. No, well, I'm not surprised. A lot of times Black people feel disrespected on doing a show. Look what my man Dave Chappelle is talking about right now with his show, feeling disrespected by not getting the payment. We are disrespected a lot. That's why we have these networks. That's why we got to create networks like, TV One and BET and so forth. Sometimes we don't get a chance to sit on the big table, the NBC, CBS's. But I think, I just think that we take the table you get right now. If TV One wants to pick up Girlfriends or another network, go ahead and do that, man. We don't necessarily need to have NBC, ABC, or Netflix to pick us up. I understand if you do, you get a different little, the pot of gold is bigger. But
right.
If they're not going to take us, what are we going to do? I mean, argue it down every day? I mean, they see the numbers. They're going to go by numbers.
And I think that brings up a great point, because that's kind of where I am. It's like, for so long, we've been having the same conversation about girlfriends. As mentioned in the interview, there were only 9 episodes left. So, a lot of their fans just kind of got, just pushed off to the side. We never had an ending to that. So in your opinion, and I know you've kind of stated some things before, but what do you think should happen to the Girlfriends franchise from here?
Well, like I said, put it on a urban network. I mean, if Netflix ain't gonna want to do it, they're not gonna want to do it. Or if there's no UPN no more, there's no kind of network like that. We have TV One. I mean, I want these actors to be working again, and we're not gonna fight about Netflix not wanting us or CBS not wanting. If there's a place that wants us, let's rock and roll and let's support it. If they go on TV One or BET or one of those networks, I promise you they'll get the fanfare they deserve.
Yep.
I don't know why. Are they asking for the white fanfare or something? They just want to come back. Reggie want to work. Reggie ain't been working for a while. Let's be real. He want to work. I don't care if UPN, MPV, I don't care if Netflix, if internet, shit, hitting on Comedy Hype with the show, okay? Girlfriend, Comedy Hype presents Girlfriends.
and I mean, he did mention that he's ready to get back in the field, so hopefully we do see him. Hopefully we see him somewhere. But, honestly, I do agree with you, Pierre, because at this point, Girlfriends, even if it's not Girlfriends going to like the actual Girlfriends, just that cast, I think so many people were left on edge, and they have such a great fan base that even if that cast went somewhere and did something else together to create another franchise, I think fans would appreciate it. They're just looking for some type of ending. So hopefully we'll see what comes of it. And like you said, hopefully we see Reggie start getting back into the field again. But Pierre, thank you so much for calling in. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you below. What do you think should happen to the Girlfriends franchise? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.